Juan, new team, new opportunity. Can you just describe your excitement to get going here with the Yankees?
It's really exciting. It's really nice to be here and share locker rooms with those guys. It's just incredible. Amazing organization. How far it's going has just been great. It's been a great feeling, great start for me. I think we're in a good spot right now.
What do you think the offense is capable of this year?
It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. I mean, we have a great lineup. I think it's going to be unbelievable from the top to the bottom. It's going to be great players right there. And I think we're going to try our best to have fun as much as we can with it.
Who else? Right here in the front. Brendan, if you could pass it over to Alfred.
Juan, I'm Brendan Cuddy from The Athletic. Thank you for taking the time. Where are you going to hit in the lineup?
We don't know yet. I talked with Booney about it and everything. You know, he's trying to figure out the lineup and see how it's going to be. He's going to let me know. But definitely any spot I'm going to be, I think it's going to be fun. As the lineup that we have, it's just a big and deep lineup that we have. So any part of the lineup that I hit, I'm going to be fine with it.
And do you look at this as a trial run to see if you might like it here in New York with the Yankees long term?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta get to know the Yankees organization and the city and how it is to play in New York, and to see it and make the decision then.
Alfred.
Juan, Alfred Álvarez aquí con la base llena. Conociendo la popularidad que tienen los Yankees en la República Dominicana, ¿cuántos yanquistas hay en la familia de Juan Soto y quién se puso más contento cuando este momento llegó?
Ahora mismo toditos somos yanquistas, tú sabes. Hasta el momento, gracias a Dios, mi familia siempre me ha apoyado donde quiera que he estado. No estuve con los nacionales, estuve con San Diego. Han ido cambiando de equipo conmigo. Ahora mismo todos somos yanquistas. Gracias a Dios estamos aquí, estamos en Nueva York. Tremenda experiencia hasta ahora lo que he tenido. En la República Dominicana, bastante yanquista que hay allá, y me siento contento con el apoyo que me han dado. O sea, no ha empezado la temporada y ya me siento parte de ellos, y es increíble en realidad.
Oh, we'll go right down the road. Bruce and Chris, Ron.
Juan, what kind of 1-2 punch can you and Aaron Judge be?
I mean, it can be a really fun one. I mean, and whenever we had, it's gonna be fun. We both know the strike zone pretty well. I think it's gonna be or 2 walks or it's gonna be 2 gappers, but it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be great. Definitely. If I'm hitting in front of him, I'm going to try to be as much as I can on the bases so he can do his job and he can drop the hammer to the ball.
Can you learn from each other?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's just a power guy. He's been doing this thing for a long time. I can pick it up a couple things, and even from Yankee Stadium, pick it up what he thinks, where the ball is going to carry more, and where we can see where we can hit the ball better and take our advantage, you know. And I definitely can help him out with anything that he needs. I don't think he needs much, but anything that he wants to know, I can help it out with. I'll be there for him.
Chris.
Chris Kirshner with The Athletic. Have there been any conversations about a possible extension this offseason, or are you letting Boris handle that?
I let Scott do his thing. We've been talking throughout this offseason and everything, but definitely I let Scott do whatever he's doing. For me, I'm just focusing on 24. I'm here to play baseball. I'm focusing on playing this year and try to win as much as we can and bring a championship to New York.
And then when you look in that clubhouse, do you feel like there's enough talent in there to possibly win it all this year?
I mean, you tell me. You tell me. If you see the lineup, you see our bullpen, the starters, everything. Like we have everything that we need. And beside the talent, the organization we are, it's just amazing. It's incredible, and we're more than excited to start this season.
Ron, same row. Juan.
Ron Blum from AP. From what you've seen in a few hours, how is the spring training routine in clubhouse here different from what you had in Washington and San Diego? And how has the communication from the Yankees been since the trade about preparation different from what you experienced in the past?
I think the communication has been 1A. I Actually, the manager is Aaron Boone. He's been right there every time since I got traded. He was on point every time. He was doing his job. He was keeping me updated about everything that he's been thinking. He just the communication has been unbelievable. As we've seen, it's the first day. We haven't get to follow the schedule or anything, but it's been really cool. It's been really nice so far.
Go back to the right, Andy, and then if you can pass it behind you, Andy.
Juan, having not ever seen you play every day in the outfield, how do you rate yourself as an outfielder? What are some of your strengths as a fielder, and are there any things that you want to continue to improve on?
Like I say, every year I want to keep improving in every spot, but definitely my strength has got to be definitely coming into the ball and try to grab those bloopers and everything from the other side. That's my strength right now, where I try to help my pitchers to any bloops or anything like that. I try to help them as much as I can, cutting those balls off. But definitely I want to improve on every spot in my arm, like throwing and going to the gaps and everything. And definitely getting to know a little bit of the Yankee Stadium is going to be a little bit challenging with the wall right there. But at the same time, it's going to be fun because it's just another step, another challenge for me.
Andy, if you could pass it behind you. Gary and Greg.
Hi, Juan. Gary Phillips with the New York Daily News. Everyone talks about your elite ability to control the strike zone. How did you develop that skill, and how do you maintain it and work on it now?
I work on it every day. I always keep working, even when I'm in my best. I try to keep working on it, and that's what it takes me all the way where I'm at. Everything started in the minor leagues. I try to do everything since my teamwork all the way to my routine and then all the way to the game. I try to transfer all that. I try to swing strikes even when they flipping me the ball from the side. If it's not a good ball, I just let it go by. You know, I just try to train myself like that, and I think it's been helping me the most to know the strike zone well and do what I do.
Are you a guy who typically studies what an umpire's particular zone is before a game? Is that part of your planning?
I definitely don't. I don't study umpires at all. I really like to have a good conversation with them, you know, and keep it in touch with them and see what is their strike zone and what is their strength that day. But I don't think I follow any of that. I mostly, yes, I've studied the pitcher I'm facing that day, and see what he likes and what he don't like. But besides that, umpires, I just talk to them and make them feel comfortable, you know.
Thanks.
Greg, right next to you.
Juan, knowing this could just be 1 year here, does that up the pressure for you going into the season?
I mean, I've been dealing with this. I mean, I was in San Diego too. They were the same thing they were talking about. It's just only 1 year and everything. But it was the same thing. I think you put the pressure on yourself, and at the end of the day, I just try to throw that away and go out there and play baseball. Just try to show what I have and try my best. And if it happens, happens. If it don't, we just gotta keep grinding and keep learning from it.
Brian and Tina.
Juan, what are your thoughts on playing in New York City this year and in front of the Yankees fan base?
My thoughts is gonna be electric. It's gonna be fun. There's a lot of Latin community over there, so it's gonna be really exciting. It's gonna feel like home, and I'm more than happy to be there. I mean, it's gonna be electric.
Tina.
Hi, Tina Cervasio from Fox 5 New York. Juan, growing up in the Dominican, even before you made your debut as a teenager, when you heard New York Yankees, what did you think of the organization and hearing that?
About New York Yankees, I just think in a great team, you know, how good they were and how many championships they win. When I hear that name, I just think mostly in my favorite player that plays here for a long time. That was Robinson Cano, and that was a guy who I follow since I was a little kid, and a guy I want to be like. But definitely, yeah, that was the name. When the Yankees sounds, that was the name that comes up to my mind.
All the way to the right now, Juan. Eric.
One of the handful of games that you played in Yankee Stadium, you had a decent degree of success. How much are you looking forward to playing 81 games there?
You just keep doing the same thing. try to keep doing the same thing, trying to play good baseball. Definitely don't go crazy with the short portion right field. I try to keep it quiet and smooth and just keep doing the same thing I've been doing since day one. Just try to hit the ball to whatever it is and whatever spot, and try to do my best.
And do you know Cano at all? Have you come across him, talked to him over the years?
I met him a couple times, and I even get to play with him in WBC, and it's just amazing. I mean, the skills he has, and he's just incredible. And I think he's a better person in that side. He's just a mentor for me. He's just been take care of, telling me stuff, and helping me out with my career too. It's just incredible what he's been doing for me.
Back to left, Randy, and then Disha.
Juan, you mentioned that you're impressed with the talent on this roster. How do you compare it to the roster from your World Series team? And also, this team in the Judge era has got to the ALCS 3 times, but have not gone over the hump. Your team did in 19. What do you think a key is for a team with a great roster to get over the hump in the playoffs?
Just play team baseball. That's all that matters. Try to grab that good vibe, trust in each other, and play good baseball. At the end of the day, we gotta put our egos away, and we gotta play as a team and try to do the little things when it matters. You know, that's what it takes you to the next level. The homers, the doubles, the big hits, they're gonna come, but you gotta do the little things first to get to that spot.
And how does this team roster compare to that team in your mind?
I mean, talents-wise, it's pretty close. But I think we have a really good roster right here because they're both rosters. One has really good veteran players that they know what they have to do and they know what they want. Here we have a lot of talent and a lot of young players. You know, we have veteran players too. But definitely one or the other, they go from the hand. I mean, it's very close with what we have over there.
Disha.
Hi, Juan. You mentioned Cano has helped you out in your career. Have you talked to him since you've been traded specifically about playing for the Yankees, if he's given you advice about that?
I haven't get the chance to talk to him, but definitely he congratulated me and tell me how good it is over here. But I didn't get the chance to talk about the organization and how it's going to be playing over there. But anything that he's been telling me, just since day one, he's just been right there for me.
And then what do you envision your biggest challenge being this year as you transition to a new team?
Could you repeat the question? Sorry.
What do you envision being your biggest challenge this year as you transition to a new team?
For me, I think it's going to be, just control the emotions, you know, like I say, just control the emotions and play in front of that home crowd. That's going to be one of the biggest challenge, you know, because it's gonna feel like home. It's gonna feel great, but it's gonna be a lot of pressure too.
Nate, right in the front row.
Hi, Juan. Going from the National League to the American League for the first time, just, you know, what kind of challenges does that present, and how excited are you for this opportunity?
I think it's gonna be nice. I've been talking with a couple guys what's different, and they just told me it's kind of the same team. It's just at the end of the day, it's baseball. You just gotta go out there and do your stuff, and I think that's what it matters. At the beginning, it was kind of like a little bumpy, but then I just realized it and think, hey, we're gonna play the same game. It's gonna be 9 innings. It's gonna be 27 outs, and who's gonna be the winner at the end of the day. But I just try to go out there, forget about all the American League and National Leagues, and just go out there and play baseball.
We'll take one or two more. Dave, to the left.
Hey, Juan, as much as you try to treat this season as just baseball and not in a part of your longer career, you're playing for the highest profile team at the biggest juncture of your career because you're entering a free agent year. Is that something that's hard to not think about, or how do you kind of approach that? Just these two forces that you'll be dealing with this year.
I mean, I just trust on what I have and what I've been doing since day one. About the free agent stuff and everything, I just let Scott doing his stuff. I have a lot of trust on him and what he's gonna do about. I think that's one of the biggest things that I have, that I trust him so much that I just forget about that, and I just come here to play baseball. When I came here, I just think I have another chance to compete, to go for the playoffs and try to win another championship, and that's what I thought since I got traded.
Juan, appreciate the time. Thank you. Okay, everyone. See you later.